We're going to give you the secret of how to rune duplicate after patch 1.12, the River Raids patch. And it involves getting a duplicate set of armor, in particular the Valkyrie cloak, using the dev box glitch. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel where we give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, this involves the dev box glitch in the River Exe in the River Raids, and it involves jumping through the wall essentially. And this was first identified by Smart Glitch Gaming, but I found he did not do a very good job of explaining it, and then the big channels that tried to replicate this, such as Blackwoods and Dark Strider, could not do it. But thanks to the help of the folks in his comments section, I was able to replicate the glitch and get through the wall. And I'm going to take you through it step by step. So to find this dev box, it's just right at the entrance of the River Exe. So once you get on to the river, it's just right on your right there. Just jump off the boat and swim as I do here, and you'll find it, no problems. Just look closely for the pink box, but you should see it. The first step, so that you can get the Valkyrie Hood, and if you have bought that in the Reda shop or you bought that in the Helix store, you can use that if you retrieve it back to Ravensthorpe, or even once you get it in the River Exe, to duplicate runes, circle runes, because there's no diamond rune slot. If you don't have that hood already, you can retrieve that hood so that you can use it in the game. So the first step is to make the jump. You need to unequip both your weapons. So take the time to unequip both weapons before you start trying to jump into the wall. Then you want to run at the wall, right? So you have to run, and then you want to use your light attack button. On the Xbox, that's the top right button, the so-called R1 button. And then you hit the R1 button just as you're about to hit the wall. Right? If you're too early, Eivor's going to throw a punch, and if you're too late, you're just going to run into the wall, right? But you do that, and then Eivor is airborne, and he does his air kick. Once he does the air kick, you hit the D-pad and press the down button to bring up the wheel, right? On the wheel, the option that you want, and you have all the time in the world on the wheel. There's no rush once you get to the wheel. As long as Eivor is airborne with his kick, then you can select the fishing option, right? And then let Eivor fall to the ground. And he's going to face plant on the ground, he or she. And I want to thank Kumori, who explained this to me, that you want to press the aim button. But you don't want to press the aim button at any time. And this is something I had to learn on my own, was that you want to press the aim button after you have rotated the camera. And so one thing, if you watch Smart Glitch's video a million times like I have, or anybody else's video, is that you want to rotate the camera preferably so that Eivor is above you. And the wall, you're kind of just right over the wall, and you can see part of Eivor glitching off the wall. That you can see his body shimmering off the wall. So you run, you do the light attack, you're midair, you do the wheel, choose the fishing line, then you're on the ground. Then you have all the time in the world, and you slowly, and it does take a little time, will want to rotate the camera so Eivor is above you. You're kind of looking, you're just right centered on the wall almost, and you can see part of Eivor's body glitching on the other side of the wall and part of his body on this side of the wall. And then you need to hit the aim button, which is the L2, the bottom left button on the Xbox, I assume for all control pads. Hit the right stick, right? And you don't want to touch the right stick until you've hit L2, the bottom left button, the aim button. I think preferably you would like to see the red aim on the side of the wall that you want to be. But not touching the left stick. So the key is don't touch the left stick until after you touch the L2 button, the aim button. So after you make your jump and then you open the wheel, you should not be touching the left joystick, the left controller. You should only be using the right controller that is controlling the camera, but not Eivor's motion. hitting the L2 and hitting the right stick will cause Eivor to do a kind of backflip jump up instead of just getting up normally. And sometimes that will get you through the wall. Once through the wall, then you can collect, and you might find that if you start out with the Valkyrie cloak, that your new one seems to be downgraded to the level of the one that you got in the dev room or the dev box, the pink box. And I found that I had as many as 4 while I was on the other side of the wall in the river raids in the River Exe of these Valkyrie cloaks, and I was able to rune duplicate before going through the wall. Now, I found it difficult to go back on the other side of the wall, just as I found it very difficult to go from where your ship is, where you're supposed to be, to the other barrier where the dev box is, the pink box is. You know, one time I got stuck in the wall and Eivor could not get up, he could not move. One time I ended up swimming down, and I think I have some video here of me swimming down and then out and through. But one time I swam down and I ended up dying because Eivor suffocated. You know, I found some air pockets, but then I got caught in some air pockets where he drowned, right? And I think Smart Glitch refers to some of this swimming through the map when he takes you to find the Valkyrie chess piece, which for Rune Duplication, which I also have, I got that from the Reda shop, but you could also buy it in the Helix Credits store. So since it was in the Reda shop, it probably won't be again for a very long time. So if you want to duplicate runes, then probably the Helix store is the only way to do it. I have no confirmation that if you bought the set that you would get the duplication, and frankly I don't think it's worth it. I think that the Beggar Raven glitch in London is a much better moneymaker, but the Rune Duplication glitch is helpful for having more runes if you have a particular rune that you like. And having a diamond slotted armor piece duplicate would be valuable for that, to make some kind of runes that you don't have a ton of. I did so much Rune Duplication, but I didn't, before it was nerfed with patch 1.12, I didn't try to, make lots of duplicates of kind of the rarer runes. And I kind of wish I had done that. So what I think is interesting about this, besides getting an extra armor set, of course, is this Rune Duplication glitch if you have the Valkyrie set. And so if we find more of these, then possibly more sets could be duplicated. At the time of this recording, I went through the wall 3 times on the side of the longship, and 2 times, or actually just once, on the side of the dev rune box, right? Because the other 2 times I got killed being stuck in the wall or drowning because I was not allowed to surface for some reason when I went through the map. It's not an easy glitch to do. It takes a lot of patience, but the steps for getting through the wall the second time to get back to your ship and keep the armor piece, those are the same as the steps to get through the wall, right? You want to rotate you want to run through, hit the light attack button, so that as you do the kick as you do the wall, once you're midair, hit the D-pad, choose the fishing line, let him fall to the ground, rotate the camera, that's your right stick, so that Eivor is above you as you're sitting and looking at the monitor or the TV set. And then using the Odin sight is helpful just to get an idea how far into the wall he is. But you're going to not touch that left joystick until you hit the L2 and then hit the right joystick to have him jump off his back animation. And I think preferably you want to be aiming your fishing line on the side of the wall that you want to be on. It doesn't have to be far on the side of the wall, but just a little bit over, I think worked for me. So as I was recording this, Smart Glitch came out with another video, and he was saying that he was definitely able to go through the wall, but
not bring back the cloak to the settlement without the internet on. So I want to say that I did all this with the internet on. I was totally connected to the internet, had access to Reda quest, whatever, when I was doing this. Now, the difference between me and him is that I did have a Valkyrie set. Like I said, I did lose, I made as many as 4, and each time I lost, when I went back, I had definitely 3 Valkyries. I lost one of those Valkyrie Hoods, but I got to keep one. I did RUNE Duplication, though, while I was on the other side, while I was in the River Exe. So I think that you should be able to, especially if you have the Valkyrie Hood, you should be able to RUNE Duplicate with it. And if you have the Valkyrie Hood, you should be able to take it back. And so I have 2 in my possession coming back with the internet on to Ravensthorpe, exiting the River Raids and being able to save.
I hope these tips are helpful. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel where I give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla.